All right, Math 2020 students, this is a supplemental video about metric length, which is from section 1.2 from our book. Okay. So we're going to do Math 2020. So 1.2 supplemental video. The first one. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to just kind of give a little background on the U.S. customary system. So U.S. customary length on length. Okay, and then we'll do some conversions to help supplement our investigation in this area. And I'll begin this video by talking about the smallest unit of length, which is the inch. Okay. So we have inch. Okay, the inch is from the Latin word uncia, which means thumb width. Okay, so an inch is related to your thumb. Okay, and this information that I'll get for this video is from the textbook for Math 1030. Okay, so there's some also from our textbook, but there's some more interesting things in the textbook from Math 1030 that I'd like to share, like the Latin derivation there. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, second largest unit, is a compilation of inches. And that is the foot. Okay, foot is the length of whoever foot that was measuring. Okay. Okay, in your business deals. So, and there's a relationship between inches and feet, and those relationships we're going to go ahead and study too for our conversions. Okay. So there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Let me do that one in a different color here. Okay. And the reason why they kind of gotten standardized as 12 inches per 1 foot is that the Romans found, this is back in Romans time, the Romans found that most adult feet were 12 thumb widths long. Inches or 12 thumb widths long. Okay, and so my question to you is are you convinced? Okay, you can go ahead and do that investigation if you want. Okay. The next largest unit is the yard. Okay, and where did that come from? Well, King Henry I established the yard. And he lived from 1100 to 1135 AD. And he established it by using the tip of his nose to the tip of his thumb on his outstretched arm. That's the yard. In the conversion between yards and feet, there are 3 feet in 1 yard. Right, so that relationship we need to know. The next one is the mile. And you guys might know what this one is already. It's from the Latin words milia passum, meaning 1,000 paces. Okay. So a mile is 1,000 paces, Roman paces. Okay. In conversion for that, there are 2 that we can look at. There's 5,280 feet in a mile. And then there's also 1,760 yards in a mile. Okay. So you want to make sure that you use miles, MI, for the miles for the abbreviation. Okay. So that's kind of where our U.S. customary lengths come from. The system is very old, and the numbers, notice that the numbers are like 3 feet in a yard, 12 inches 1 foot, 5,280 feet in a mile. So they're quite not confusing too. But let's go ahead and do some conversions with these. Just some more practice here with that. So my first example will be to convert 4 miles equals a certain number of feet. Okay. Now conversions can be done in a lot of ways, but I'm going to go ahead and just do one way just for simplicity and the way that I think is easier for me. So whatever way you like to do them is okay. You go ahead and do that. So I use conversion factors. And I like this way because it will help when we convert with area and volume later on. And I only have to memorize one set of equations, conversions. So I need my miles to cancel at diagonals. So I have 1 mile here. And I want to convert to feet, so that's going to be 5,280 feet. And then my miles will cancel here. And I do 4 times 5,280 feet to get my answer. And when I multiply that by 4, I get 21,120 feet. Example number 2. I want to convert 6 yards into feet. Okay, so I'm going to do my conversion factor, 6 yards over 1, multiplied by 3 feet for 1 yard. Okay, so my yards will cancel. And now I have 6 times 3 feet, those are parentheses around here, which is equal to 18 feet. Okay, so these are how these conversions are working. Example number 3. I'm going to convert 4 feet into some number of inches. Okay. And so I'm going to put my feet down here, 4 feet over 1, multiplied by, let's see, there's 12 inches for every foot. Okay, and then my feet will cancel here, and I get 4 times 12 inches. When I do 4 times 12, I get 48 inches. Okay. Let's do another example. Example number 4, we want to convert 132 inches into some number of feet. Okay. And so we're going to do 132 inches over 1 times by, I need to get to feet, so I need inches on the bottom, and there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So I will have to flip the conversion differently than I did the first time. Just make sure that the inches cancel at diagonals. Okay. multiply the numerators and denominators, I get 132 over 12 feet. When I divide 132 by 12, I get 11. So it's 11 feet. A couple more. Example number 5. We want to convert 25 feet into yards. Okay. So I'm going to do 25 feet over 1, multiplied by, I need my feet to be at the bottom to cancel, and going to yards, there's 3 feet in 1 yard. Okay, and the feet will cancel, and I get 25 over 3 yards. And when I do 25 over 3, I get 8.3333 repeating, so I can write this as a fraction as 8 1/3 yards if I want. So that would be good. Oops, putting units on. Always put your units in this class. And then example number 6. Last one. We're going to convert 13,200 feet into miles. Okay, so 13,200 feet over 1 multiplied by I need my feet to cancel, so there's 5,280 feet for 1 mile, and so that will cancel there, and what I end up with is 13,200 over 5,280 miles, and that's equal to, when I do the division, 2.5 miles. Okay, so there's some conversions. There's a bit of history on the U.S. customary system.